Today I'm going to show you how you can pass your real estate exam on the first try and start your career as a real estate agent. Stay tuned. Hello there everybody, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent in the Chicagoland area, and this video is mostly for all the people who are thinking about getting into real estate, or maybe you're in your real estate course right now, or maybe you're struggling with the actual state exam to get your license and start selling real estate. So I wanted to make this video and give you some tools, resources, and strategies you can use to actually pass your test and start your career as a real estate agent. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The reason I decided to make this video is because I'm getting a lot of messages on my Instagram about how to pass the state exam for each state that you're in, right? A lot of people are confused, and I'm getting the sense that you're putting too much pressure on yourself than you really need to. So that's why I wanted to make this video, even though it's a small segment of people that are actually looking to get their real estate license. I felt it would still be tremendously helpful for all of you. So here's what you need to know right away. Like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, the whole state exam is overblown. Okay, it's really not that difficult. So just set that in your mind right now. It's super easy. If you have some common sense, you're gonna pass it on the first try. I think too many people are sharing this stupid failure rate with you, and they're not giving you the details. A lot of people take online courses and they don't really study for the state exam, which is why they fail the state exam. And that's why it's got such a failure. I think in Illinois, or I don't know if it's a worldwide statistic, it's like 70% of people don't pass on their first try or something like that. Now, I passed on my first try, and all I did was nothing really, honestly. I studied for 3 days, and a combined total of, I think it was 4 to 6 hours. Don't know the exact amount of them. But then I went in, passed it on the first try, and I came out, I said, well, that was easy, right? So first thing you should always know is the state exam is overblown. It's not that difficult. It's actually very easy. It's designed for you to pass. As long as you're prepared, you will pass, all right? So here's some things you can do to prepare yourself, or at least put yourself in the best position possible. And that is I know a lot of people like the convenience of the online classes, and if you're the type of person that I can actually learn from the online courses, definitely do online because it's going to be a lot cheaper. The online is cheaper, but yet I never recommend it if you're not that kind of person that can actually teach themselves and learn from an online course, right? And the other reason why I don't recommend an online course is because, you see, when you go to the in-class portion, you get a book like this thick for the real estate course, right? But you don't need to know about this much of it, right? There's maybe 70 pages you really need to worry about, and the professors who teach it, they've been teaching for decades, and they know what questions are on the exam, so they really only cover what's going to be on the exam, on the final for the course, and what's going to be on the exam for the test. So that's why it's such a huge resource for you to take the in-class portion, cough up the extra few $100, actually be there, and then so you can ask live questions, go back and forth, and I think you'll just learn a lot better. So step number one, take the in-class portion. That is what I did. The professors told me this is what's covered, don't worry about that. We never discussed this. This is extremely important, this, that, and the other, right? Now, I'll leave you with this little caveat before we move on. Everything you learn in your real estate course, you will not use. I shouldn't say not everything. You will only use 3 to 6% of what you learn in that real estate course in your actual career, right? So if you're overwhelmed by all the crap you need to learn, I'll let you know right now, you don't need to worry about it. Just worry about it at the time you're taking the test, and then once you pass, forget about it, just like you would in school. Once you pass that math test, forget about, the laws of calculus or whatever, right? And just move on with your life. Because this business is very simple. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a very simple business. So you don't need to know all that crap, right? Unless you're doing commercial. That's a beast all of its own. We're going to worry about later. Okay, so boom. We got that down. Now let me share you a tool that I used to pass my exam. Now, I mentioned I didn't actually study. To be honest, a lot of it was, I was a little cocky. I'm like, this is easy. I got this. Because, I passed the course, the final exam relatively easy, and all I did was study the vocabulary words, boom, and I was in business, right? And by study, I mean I looked them over for an hour. That's it. So what I did was, my teacher, again, in class portion, the first thing he did when he came in, introduced himself, and then he went like this. If you can't read my handwriting, that says examsmart.com. That is the first thing the teacher wrote on the board when he came in, right? He said, remember this site. This is how you're going to pass your real estate exam. And guess what, folks? I remember the site, and this is how I passed my real estate exam. So here's what ExamSmart is. I think it's $50 or $49. I don't know if it's a monthly subscription or not, but they actually, number one, you can kind of study from it. They have a lot of questions and a lot of topics that are on the actual exam, both federal and state. And they have these things called practice tests. I took my studying portion, I took 2 or 3 practice tests before taking my actual exam. And I'll tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is why the real estate course was made for you to pass. If you fail it more than 3 times, this is not the business for you. I tell you that right now. Some of the questions on my practice exam, word for word, were on my state exam. And when I say word for word, I mean, if it's an example about Mary buying a house, in the state exam, it's the same example about Mary buying a house. And the answers are in the same order. And I took the practice exam already, so I know what the answer is, right? So that made it 10,000 times easier, and life got better. So all you really need to worry about on that realm after you do the practice exam is the mathematical equations, right? Just how to calculate small items, which your professor will teach you how to do it and exactly what you need to know. I haven't taken the exam in some time. It's been a couple years now. So like I said, I forgot about everything I learned because I don't actually use that crap for my business. So to wrap things up, remember what I told you. There's really 3 things, right? Number 1, understand that the real estate exam is really overblown, right? You're putting too much pressure on yourself because it's not that hard. It's just super easy. It's designed for you to pass. Number 2, I highly recommend that you take the in-class portion so you don't waste your time studying things that you don't need to know. That's it, right? And number 3, you get on ExamSmart. As soon as you pass your final exam for the course, you get on ExamSmart and you start doing a few practice tests, right? I'll tell you my exact scenario. I passed my exam on Thursday for my real estate course. I scheduled my actual test on Wednesday, that following Wednesday. I started studying on Monday. Boom, passed the test, flying colors, and then I got into real estate. And you can do the same. It's not that difficult. I wish you all luck. If you have questions, RMG Realty, Instagram, that's the best way to reach me directly if you have a private conversation you want to have. Or you could comment below. Please like it, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you very much and have a great day.